Hey everyone, my name is Pixel, and welcome back to Tiny Bunny. Now remember what happened last time? We stood up for ourselves, we punched the bully, we made a new friend. Somebody who we probably want to be more than a friend, but you know what? Young boys, let's just leave it at that for now and let's see what happens. I opened the door in front of Polina. Dad told me how essential it is to be a gentleman. So you're an artist, huh? I had a hunch you were different. Special. Are you joking? Me? I'm absolutely average. Simeon is the average one. An average idiot. And you carry something kind and fluffy inside. Something barked near my leg when we were crossing the schoolyard, interrupting Polina. Eek! Don't worry, it's just Zolka. I stood on one knee and rubbed the barking dog behind the ear. It was frantically wagging its tail like it was some sort of propeller. I looked around the yard, trying to find Alisa. But the fox girl was nowhere to be found, neither in the yard nor on the road. Leave it be. It's a stray, you know. What if it has pests? No, this one has an owner, I think. Polina looked at the playful dog with disgust, covering her mouth with a handkerchief. Do you have any food on you? I think I have something left. Well, feed it and go, alright? She took out a sandwich out her bag and threw it to Zolka. The little dog rushed to her banquet, swept away the bread with her nose, and started eating the bologna. What a picky eater. Come on. Come one, eat everything. Polina tugged my sleeve, egging me on. Hey, what's wrong? She replied with laughter. The violin girl had literally dragged me out of the school gate, stifling laughs into a fist. She thought that was hilarious. We're leaving the pupper. I turned around. Zolka followed us with sad eyes as we were leaving. The dog looked especially lonely with the school as the backdrop. And then Polina just stopped laughing. She walked alongside me with a blank stare, completely silent. Don't spread pests. Her remark turned out pretty harsh. Was it really that stray's fault or that she had to live on the street? They always attack people later. Oh god, dog. That's not strays. A pack of these almost killed my grandpa last winter. That's horrible. Is he still not feeling well? He's paralyzed now. He will never be able to walk again. I remember the scary pack of dogs that was chasing me just a while ago. I'm sorry. It's okay. Polina showed me another enchanting smile, her eyes half closed. What matters is that we understand each other now. I forgot all about Zulka after she said that. Some third graders were throwing snowballs at each other and singing, 3, 4, 5, the owl will arrive. The owl? The big owl? Oh yeah? An image of my sister sitting near the window, bored, looking for me in the twilight, flashed before my eyes. I promised myself that I will go home as soon as I escort Polina. What's this song the kids are singing? It's the second time I hear it today. We were walking down the main street. Somewhere near a tractor was grumbling, cleaning snowdrifts. Ravens flew across the ashen sky. A flock of black birds circled above us like scary crosses that ran away from graves. The owl one? It's just a local nursery rhyme. Grandpa used to sing it to me when I was little. He's very knowledgeable about local history and folklore. And what does that rhyme sound like? Listen. She started walking backwards, facing me and smiling. 1, 2, time to play with you. 3, 4, 5, the owl will arrive. 6 on in, the wolf's gray fur will stand. 7, 8, stomp your hooves and wait. For the fox and for the bear, bunny tasty meals prepare. I thought I'd already met a fox this morning. Thankfully, I haven't met any wolves or bears. As I was looking at the girl by my side, I became strangely brave, so I said something unexpected. You have a beautiful voice. Polina adjusted her hair, slightly embarrassed. Thanks. And is that the end of the rhyme? Did the bunny prepare those meals? Who knows? Nobody will be able to tell you now. It's really old. I'd even say ancient. There's a legend related to it, though. Want me to tell you? Of course. All sorts of tribes have lived in the taiga back in the day. Grandpa told me they had this some sort of right when a boy was ready to become a man. I listened closely. I mean, I was also really close to that age myself. They would lead him into the woods where he needed to spend 3 days hunting. There's a legend about a young man who went into the taiga and never returned, and then suddenly came back when they already stopped looking for him. He was covered in scratches, dirty, cold. Big penis. I imagine sleeping among the pines in the bear lairs. His family rushed to help him, but he just fell unconscious. They brought a shaman. He looked at the young man. His face became grim. He told them that he was in bad shape. The young man convulsed until the morning, repeating that rhyme over and over, over and over. 1, 2, time to play with you, as if taiga itself was whispering it to him. And when the sun came out, he died. But the shaman said that he was already dead when he returned. He came out of the woods as a living corpse and whispered that rhyme with his dead lips. I froze in fear. Are you sure it's not some horror movie? Folklore can be way scarier than movies, believe me. Grandpa said that this tribe just uprooted in a hurry and left to the south. They must have been brave, if they lived here. Polina kicked one of the snow piles with her small boot. Brave, but stupid. Did they need a corpse to appear from the forest for them to understand? Understand what? That they needed to get out of here. That's the big world. And then there's our village. The world. She spread her arms wide. The village? She showed a distance that was almost invisible with her 2 fingers. I often imagine big cities. I can look at the globe for hours. Or at Around the World magazines from the library. They have such pretty names. Just listen. Reykjavik, Tel Aviv. Music to my ears. She started circling, her eyes shut dreamingly. The forest towered before us, touching the low clouds. The road fell into the semi-dark between the trees. I could have conquered the stage, performing in front of thousands. And I have stage fright. Oh, you'll get famous another way. By drawing. We both have a future. But what about, say, Simeon? He may just get fatter, and he'll be selling pierogi. Yeah, made from dogs. We burst out laughing, exercising worry from our minds with lighthearted fun. If somebody will even trust him with selling them. Oh, you're right. He could probably eat a whole lot of them in one go. Like I thought, the forest is less scarier when you're not alone. I looked around. The snow was sparkling, reflecting the last rays of the setting sun. My pulse fastened from the thought that we were alone. Yes, you were right. The forest isn't that scary. Now, why aren't you looking as happy, Polina? We're walking through the... Wait, who's that guy? There's a guy back there. Hey, you're passing up the guy. The guy that was at the school. Polina rushed through the fire break. Don't fall behind. I never fall behind. You know, the way you speak. Just like a hero from adventure books. Was she complimenting or mocking me? I didn't want to look for the hidden meaning. Not when we were on such a wonderful walk. I mean, I like books. Oh, a well-read man. Intriguing. A man? Really? I got embarrassed and my cheeks turned beet red, but I still thank fate for being able to wander around the forest with Polina like this. The girl suddenly stopped and stared into the darkening thicket without making a sound, as if waiting for something. I felt uneasy all of a sudden, and then she asked me in a cold voice, "Have you been there?" Where? Deep in the woods? Polina burst out laughing again, shattering my anxious thoughts. No, silly. In the big world. In cities with musical names. Does Moscow sound musical to you? To me, it sounds like the croaking of a frog. Polina froze and looked at me in disbelief. You've been to Moscow? Yeah, when I was little. Polina's eyes started sparkling. What's it like? Well, it's beautiful. Noisy. Neon lights everywhere. Neon lights. It felt like she was savoring those words. Have you been to the Red Square? Of course. It's so bumpy. I've been to Sumy and Vidnica, too. I love the metro the most. It smelled like... Like what? She ran up to me, grabbed me by the sleeve, and stared into my eyes with clear interest. I can't describe it. Can you draw it? What, a smell? Great musicians can play smells. You're lying. I'll give you the cassettes later. She started twirling in the falling snow again. I'll definitely go to Moscow. But first, to Vienna. It's my dream. The capital of music. Mozart, Beethoven, Strauss, Philharmonic Orchestra, National Opera. I'll be performing and you drawing. Her enthusiasm spread to me. I wanted to do something right this moment. And where do you want to go? I sighed and confessed. To Disneyland. I remembered the Finest Hour show again. Olya preferred Call of the Jungle, but I always spent my Mondays in front of the TV. Colorful tables with numbers on signs and a charming Mr. Supanov at the wheel. And the prizes. Chocolate eggs, video equipment, and the most exciting one, a trip to Disneyland for the winner. My parents promised to take me there, to the land of the mouse, and I believed them at first. Well, maybe they also believed it back then. Now they just reply with silence every time I ask about it, and it saddens me to no end. I have just 3 words on my mind in those moments. But you promised. Polina had seemingly read my mind. Getting there is easier than we think. Everybody has the power to mold their fate. She picked up 2 handfuls of snow, and then, as if she forgot about everything, showed me a sly smile. Want to make a snowman? Sure. When I get back home, I'll make a snowman for Olya too, and she'll be so happy. But for now, we were almost done with the first ball, rolling it shoulder to shoulder. Polina was laughing. It's a nice picture. Locks of her hair fell on her lively face. She was so cute when she blew them away. Why is your ball so small, Anton? It'll only work as a head. Make it bigger. Don't be lazy. I couldn't remember the last time I had so much fun. Polina swept her now crimson lips. Did you ever wish to go to another planet? Something flashed in her eyes when she said that. I couldn't really put my finger on what it was. To another universe, even. Polina sighed in what felt like relief. Then you should understand me. Our palms glided across the ball of snow, straightening up any bumps it had. An almost ideal white ball rose up in the middle of the clearing. Then another one popped up. We lifted it up from the 2 sides and placed it on the one that served as a foundation. Finally, Polina helped the 3rd ball get to the top of the other 2. Getting the head to the right place is what I do best. Do you, by any chance, have a carrot? Alas! There was no fear, no worry at this clearing. I became more daring, ran toward the thicket to crack a couple of branches. I pulled at the intertwining windfall, but Polina's voice suddenly awakened me from my delusion. Anton, someone is standing there. I turned around, puzzled. Polina was looking at me. No, something behind my back. She stared at it, her brows furrowed. Not a single trace was left of the cheerful atmosphere we had a moment ago. Polina? She slowly raised her hand and pointed at the darkness that was approaching the trees in the distance. Someone is standing there. A crooked silhouette, see? Rubbing the pine with their huge hands. I turned around, directing my eyes to where she was pointing to. The area around the dry raspberry bushes was empty. There's nothing there. It hid behind the tree. The collar of my coat felt suffocating. I pulled it on instinctively. I felt a spasm in my stomach. I smiled weakly and asked, hoping for a good answer, "Is this a prank?" Polina seemingly lost all her words. She just continued staring deep into the endless forest. Bravery check, I thought. So I stepped toward the glossy black trunk, Polina's gaze pushing me in the back. I was trying to muster all my courage, but my inner voice was telling me to stop, to curl into a ball, to play dead even, anything but to go there, into the writhing darkness. The twilight was sucking me in, limiting my vision. The clearing was a deep well, its walls prohibiting the sunlight from reaching its bottom. I heard the air ring, or was it ringing in my ears? What's in there? 1 step. 2 steps. I bit my lip to stop myself from screaming if anything happened. There was nobody behind the pine. I sighed and turned back to Polina. Polina, there's nobody. Oh, she's gone. Yeah, Polina's gone too. Where'd she go? Oh, God. Fatso! Yo, Antoshka! From the darkness behind the pines, just like cavemen from their cave, appeared smirking Simeon with a bunch of his cronies. And who do we have here? Check out this four-eyes freak, huh? Polina let out a shriek when the bastards shoved her away from me. They surrounded me like carnivorous pride, making me take a step back. No! Frosty! Simeon's heavy leg blasted through the snowman's belly. The balls we rolled crumbled, becoming a mushy mess with just a single broken branch poking out. Polina gasped angrily. I almost felt the touch of scalding hatred. The smell of sweat and tobacco attacked my nostrils. The inside of my mouth felt salty as if I'd licked a battery. Polina, don't be scared. I shuddered after hearing my own voice. It sounded unnatural, rough, and scary. Why would she be scared? Ha ha ha. Worry about yourself. The fatso spit through the gap in his teeth and pushed me so hard that I hit my back against a tree. Well? Pissed your pants, sucker? I heard Polina's angry voice from behind. Stay away from him! It would have been better if Polina wasn't around. I wish she wouldn't see me in such a shameful position. Look at this, guys. A girl is defending him. Fatso. Yeah, what a fucking wimp. You fucked with the wrong guy, transfer student. Simeon was moving toward me, readying his fist. In that moment, the other delinquent in track pants made a loud whistle, and the hulking boy lowered his hand. It was unexpected. Seems like Babarin wasn't the leader of this gang. In reality, they were all listening to the boy who was looking like a small carnivore with very strong and sharp teeth. They decided against hitting me. They probably wanted to humiliate me in front of the girl first. Damn it. Hey, Faggot Jr. And who's that? Another one of your girlfriends? He's a fucking harem, eh? Only then I noticed Zolka beside my legs, trembling from the cold, snow plastered all over its fur. It probably ran all the way from the schoolyard, searching for our smell. The delinquent squatted in front of the dog and beckoned it with his hand. Oh my. Come here, you fly-ridden bitch. The others let out nasty laughs. The dog ears perked up and she stared carefully, moving closer. Yeah, come here. I've got something for you. You bastard. The dog didn't even have a chance to sniff him when this animal abuser caught it by the ear and kicked it right under the tail so hard it flew into the nearest snow pile, squealing. The whole gang burst out laughing and my heart got encrusted in ice. Even the birds that were perched up on the tree branches let out frightening caws. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Ooh. So, our friend Polina here. I don't think she's quite what she seems. Then I noticed something strange. Polina could hardly keep herself from smiling. Does she really hate dogs so much that what this skinny guy did amused her? After locking eyes with me, she changed her jubilant smirk to a thoughtful grimace. Why isn't she running away? I thought in horror. At the edge of my vision, I saw something flash in the illusory twilight of the sleeping forest. Or were that just bushes moving their icy branches in the wind? Romka, it won't be able to shit after this. Let me kick the fucking thing one more time. 2 negatives will make a positive. But the stray was already nowhere to be seen. What? Are you an idiot? Go and show the Four Eyes his place. In a way he'll understand. Yeah, he fucking owes you. This wimp whacked you in front of the whole class. Sure thing. Come on, boy. Simeon brought a sizable signet ring with some geometric shape carved in it up to my face. In a moment, I'll hit your faggot face so hard it'll leave a mark for the rest of your life. Where did all my inner strength and bravery go? Stop! A whizzy whisper left my lips, and head tilted forward, hitting Simeon's fist. Red sparks flew from my eyes. They're gonna gang up on me and beat me up. Roma, tell them to stop! Sorry, but the boys need to sort this out man to man. And you just stand aside and watch. Biasha, give me a hand. Simeon gave me a rough push toward the bastard with the slanting eyes, and he tripped me. I fell in the sharp crust of ice, and the fatso stepped on my hand, preventing me from getting up. A painful groan escaped my throat. Did you hear him whimper? Is he actually a faggot or something? I started to lose breath from anger and resentment. The pain was growing. My ear was hot, and pulsating pain was shooting through it, like it was cut off, and a bell of nettle was sewn in its place. Why so silent, Antoshka? Come on, tell us, are you a faggot? At this moment, I felt pure, unbridled rage, the amalgamation of my anger. Like the sprout's ink, it rose up from the depths of my mind, filling all my thoughts. Morons! Did you know that my dad is also a fag? Simeon burst out laughing. This became the last straw. Fear and anger were grappling inside me like mad dogs. He knows Aikido. Got it. And he's a vet. He'll kill the likes of you with his eyes closed. One word from me and he'll... Romka lifted up his arm, stopping my torrent of lies, and made a couple of steps forward. Simeon slowly backed off, giving me an opportunity to stand up. Pines were swaying back and forth like solemn guardians. Did he believe me? Or was he confused by my face, twisted with rage? A vet, you say? My dad also fought in the war. In Afghan. And yours? Mine too. Oh, really? And what force did he serve in? I stumbled. Fear chomped at my rage's throat and made it bleed. He's full of shit, Romka. Sure as fuck, eh? Did you think I'm so easy to trick? I can see through all your lies, little bitch. There was a nasty smile on his face now. This didn't bode well for me. Well, you've asked for this. Teacher saved you at school, but here, you're fucked. That's right. Pray that they find your dead body come spring, eh? If only you stayed silent, wouldn't have lost a hair. Hitting fatso is one thing, but fucking around with stuff like Afghan, where my dad spent time under fire on international duty, in fucking Dasta Margo. Give him a good pounding, Sioma. The delinquents closed in on me again, and I ended up in front of Simeon. Blood was pumping in my temples. Roma, please stop them. You've proved your point. Let us go. You can go anytime. And we'll take out the trash in the meantime. What bugged me at that moment wasn't even the humiliating effort from Romka, but rather how sweet Polina had addressed him. The delinquents were pushing the girl toward the pines. Branches were swaying back and forth as if whispering something, giving me hope. I gritted my teeth, fighting the thought that I looked silly, and took a boxing stance I often saw in the movies. What are you, fucking Mike Tyson? This was my first ever fight. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. If I don't kick the bucket, of course. The edge of my vision, I noticed the darkness writhe again, as if someone was walking back and forth there. I sensed Roma's claws grab my backpack. Give me your shit, Antoshka. It'll get in the way. I was about to refuse, unwilling to cooperate with the bastard, but then he fished a butterfly knife out of his pocket and with one smooth motion, spun it as showing off and putting the blade to my neck. Oh, you're a tough boy now. Hey, easy buddy. I can make it painful. I let out a cloud of steam instead of words. Romka pulled with all his might and my backpack ended up in his hands. Polina shrieked. Romka winked at her, saying, "Don't worry, I've got this." Calm and relaxed. An insidious smile on his face, he looked into my backpack. Are you hiding something from us? Some rat stole my school shoes. Let me see if it was... And what's this? Romka gave me a dubious smile. Aw, you bastard, you freaking emptying out all my stuff. So what do we have here? My text and notebooks fell in the snow. He was holding my backpack in one hand and something weird in the other. It looked like... It's a mask? Romka lifted it high as if showing it to someone else. To someone in the treetops in the twilight among the trees. An old bunny mask. Long, worn-out ears, barely visible nose and whiskers, mangy fur on the sides. Where did it come from? Who put it there? Simeon laughed. It's way past New Year's, moron. Or are you really a loony? It's not mine. How come it's not? It was in your backpack. Romko's watching this scene unfold with an evil smile on his face. Savages, is this the first time you see a mask? As shitty as this? Yeah. You know what? Put it on. Why? Because I'm telling you to. You'll hop like a bunny for us. Yeah, come on. Or we'll leave you pantsless, eh? Not when Polina is here. I won't. Sioma, put it on him. Biasha rushed to his friend's side and took the worn-out mask from him with a buffoonish bow. Then he passed it to Simeon, who was already rubbing his hands in anticipation. I looked around the pine woods, as if waiting for help, as if the shadows that writhed around us would take pity on me and take my side. Branches looked like arms, twisted in unusual angles. Blackened bark was their charred skin, and the darkness was the smoke they produced. I can't run. Won't get away. They'll catch me. And then... No, I won't run. Won't abandon Polina. Let me warn you, Sioma. If he won't hop, you take his place. Got it? This piece of shit won't? Just look at him. He's a total loony. This loony had already smacked you in the face. Romka's right. Come on, fatso. Assert your fucking dominance. Or we'll make you hop so hard your pig tits will fall off. He must indeed be scared of Romka. Simeon swore silently and glared first at me, then at Polina. Here. It'll fit better this way. He hurled a huge ball of spit on the inside of the plastic bunny face and put it close to mine. His spit looked like a squash spider. Romka's face twisted and he spasmed like a beast, like he wanted to tell Simeon something, but then he suddenly stopped. Polina covered her face with hands in terror. Simeon was still close by with a disgusting smirk on his face and a terrible smell coming from his mouth. Put it on, fast, or you're dead. The mask almost looked even more disgusting now, yet despite everything, I felt like it was a chance for salvation. It could become my second skin, if only I was to put it on. If only my face was to touch its bumpy surface. I'm sure the fur will glitter, the ears will tremble like they're alive. I just need to put it on, and Simeon and his friends will be gone. Forever. And with that, we are definitely out of time. I kind of went over on this one, but we are going to stop this episode right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is quite the episode. There is so much going on here. I'm starting to think that these kids are definitely more than they let on. I'm thinking that they may be the animals that we saw outside in the forest in the first episode. But and where did this mask come from? Who put it there? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to like the video. You want to see more of this? You want to follow along with the series? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Get notified whenever other videos get released. You want to play this for yourself? It's on Steam. Go check it out. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.